Hey, we're Tonight Alive.
And we're hanging out with Rob on Punkvideosrock.
I'm reunited with my friends straight from Australia. It's been about a year since I've seen both of you. So what's going on? How have you guys been? I know it does.
Yeah, we're really good, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be back in Cali. Yeah, we've been in Jersey for a good amount of time and working on a record, so it's nice to have a breath of fresh air out here and be on tour. Yeah.
Very cool. I was just actually talking to Zach on the way here, and he was just telling me when he picked you guys up at the studio, you guys were anxious to be on tour again.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we were ready. We've been looking forward to this tour for a really long time. Done tours with All Time Low before, but this is kind of like the ultimate. I guess it's like an ideal tour to be out here in America, in their homeland, and getting out to a really cool demographic of kids. Yeah.
very cool. Now I want to jump into a tour that you guys did earlier with 1OK Rock. And I know those guys are a different kind of concert just because out in their area, they do a lot of arena tours.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like for you guys?
That was great. We didn't expect them to be what they were, I guess, and they were super, super nice, as most Japanese people are. But their show was insane. I think we learned a lot from their show and their songs, and we were lucky enough to go out to Japan with them, and just seeing their crowd was just insane. Like, because normally you play and then everyone's silent in the crowd, but like everyone was like, there was not one silent thing. So that was great to see, and yeah, they're awesome band.
Now, how different is it going from that to the tours that you guys are doing now? This is the second time you guys are touring on the Palladium. And you guys are doing major like shows nowadays.
Yeah, it's really different. I don't know how to explain that. Like, I think in Japan, definitely we've not toured there half as much as we have here. So fan bases are, really, really different. But in both senses have been really responsive to the band. And that's exciting for us to be playing to the right people. We've done a lot of tours where you'd probably notice every band we toured with is quite different. And maybe an older demographic, younger, and so we're dipping in and out of different circles, and really feels like we've found a nice pocket for Tonight Alive. Yeah.
Okay. And you guys just did main stage on Soundwave as well. And what's it like? Obviously, that's hometown, but what's it like doing such a major event and hitting the major stage for such a major event?
I think we were just really happy to kind of do something like such an established festival in our home country, and we felt really proud to be a part of that, and we felt proud to be like, I think there was only 2 Australian bands and we were on main stage, so we felt like we were kind of representing Australia. So that was really awesome for us, and I think that was the first time I've been nervous in like 2 years before that Sydney show, but it was great, and everything worked out well. None of the gear stuffed up, so that's always a good show.
Yeah, I feel like it was a real moment for us. We played Soundwave 3 years ago on like a split stage, and we were right at the end of like a 2-year touring stint, and we were really burnt out, and it's not often that we say that, but we were getting to the end of our energy and our focus and everything. We were going through some issues with our management, and we really couldn't give it everything we had at the time, and that was pre the other side, so everything was quite different this time, and we really felt like our country was backing us, so it was really special.
And with all that being said, you're coming into a third album that you guys are in the studio, well, not currently, but you guys had started earlier this month. And is it a new beginning for you guys right now? Do you guys know where Tonight Alive is as far as the music that you guys are going to produce and promote and share to the fans out there?
That's a great question. I think it definitely is going to be something new for us. We're definitely not doing something that we've done before, which is scary and really exciting, especially for us. When we can never sit still. We're always like looking on our horizon. So this one is definitely going to be that. We felt like we've really kind of built like a worldwide foundation, and this is our kind of opportunity to, hopefully take off now with this album. So we've kind of catered that to the type of songs that we're doing, and I mean, hopefully everyone likes it, but we really like it as something that we're going to be really proud of to release, and just hopefully it sticks.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, I don't know, do you want to talk more about the record?
We will. We'll definitely do that.
Reiterate that.
All right, sounds good. Well, my next question was, the first album, What Are You So Scared Of, was with Trombino. The second album, The Other Side, was with Petrovic. Petrovic.
Right.
So this third one is with David Bendith. So you've had experience with 3 different major producers out there. So how has each producer stuck out to you guys individually, as far whether it's either the recording process, the writing process, or even just in general as a musician?
Well, Dave, I'll start with Dave. Dave has been such a crucial part to Tonight Alive. We recorded our first ever song with him. He did our first 2 EPs. And then he did The Other Side, which was, for us, it was something that we knew that we had to do. We had to get that out. Jenna had to get those stories out. And Dave was definitely just the best person that we felt most comfortable with to do that. And he did such a great job, in my opinion. And the reason we've gone to David Bendith now is because we don't know what it is that we're trying to get out of us, and we've heard a lot of bands have gone to him, and he's kind of really torn them apart and brought out the best of them, and that's what we really needed for this. So yeah, and he's really quite done that with us. Matt and Cam went through the ringer with him, and but they came out on the other side, no pun intended. Yeah. And so that's worked well. And Mark Trombino was.
We weren't ready for Mark. We were too young and too green. I think we dip in and out of our comfort zone, and going to him, I don't really remember what we expected, but.
Well, he did a lot of our favorite records, and we had just signed to Sony, and we were able to kind of go overseas and do that. So, we just found someone that we really respected, but yeah, we were definitely too young, and we didn't know how to record properly, and it was a really hard, challenging time, but he did a great job as well, and but yeah, it was very tough for us. Yeah. But we learned so much. I can't even begin to imagine if we didn't do that, what else would have happened. So we've been really, really lucky to work with all these great producers, as you said.
Everything we've done has been important for the next step, and the next sort of everything has been like a progressive thing for us. So that's kind of where we're at again.
And that was actually, I like that you guys both touched on it for a little bit. The age, you guys started out at a very young age, and a lot of bands are. I mean, ever since I've met you guys seem mature for what you guys were doing, but not a lot of bands can say the same, especially when they go in the studio, they don't know how to use their time, or when they go on tour, they don't know how to use their time wisely. So do you see that difference in age now that you guys are much older and you guys have experienced a lot more than you did then?
Absolutely. Even age and maturity has really affected our songwriting and our artistic choice. And I didn't learn about that term until 2 years ago, but I remember singing into a microphone when I was younger and just saying words and singing notes, and I wasn't thinking about anything more than that. And I think at this time now it's kind of how can I use my instrument to my best advantage and stuff like that. There's just a few more thought processes that have gone into choice now. Sure.
I think we care about different things now, exactly like that. I mean, back then we just wanted to make the hardest parts and put them all into a song and have everything going at the same time, but now, we just care so much about songwriting and getting the song right and getting the vocal right, and then everything can come around that, and I think that just makes for a better song. But we wouldn't have never known that unless we'd written the 100 songs that we have written to this date. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's so different, my thought process now to when back then. Yeah, for sure. But that's cool. I've never thought of that before.
Now going into the actual record now, where are you guys at right now with the record? I know you guys are splitting the recording in between the touring. So what is it looking like right now?
We've got a skeleton of an album, really. We can listen to these tracks that have been recorded, and you can hear a song there. And we demoed everything earlier on than the actual recording process. So we've got scratch vocals and scratch guitars, but the real drums and the real bass there. And we're having someone program keys and sort of special effects and stuff. So it's really coming together, and special effects.
Interesting.
Well.
So we're gonna have different instruments this time around.
Yeah, definitely. That's something another thing that we've been working on. We wrote a lot with piano. which we've never done.
Which
before.
is you from the beginning, right?
Yeah, well, that was my first instrument. So, but I've never been able to write on it, and then, yeah, all of a sudden we started doing it like that, and it works out. I actually enjoy doing that more now than guitar. So,
So you guys are gonna have a piano member now instead of a guitarist, right?
well, I think I'm gonna try and double up. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll just record it, then we'll try and work out how we're gonna play it live. But, yeah, so we're working with someone now. I've been on the phone to him kind of every day or so, and just getting those tracks back. So hopefully by the end of the All Time Low tour, all those kind of programming and stuff will be done, and then when we get back, we start vocals straight away, and then I finish guitars, and then hopefully we have an album. Yeah.
I would hope so. But as you guys mentioned the special effects part, I wasn't expecting to jump onto this, but let's talk about the track that you guys did for Spider-Man. Did that actually influence any more on this record? Not necessarily for the special effects, but just a different, I mean, that's technically scoring for a movie. So was that a different kind of influence for a record?
Well, you can answer that. I guess that's more. Like,
I don't know if I was going to take it somewhere different to you.
Well, that's more lyrical. I mean, the great thing about the Edge was that we had something to write about. I mean, starting a song is like, well, what do I want to write about? Mm-hmm. And especially some of the challenges that Jenna faced with lyrics was she's happy now and she's not going through all this shit. So it was like, well, what do we write about? And the Edge, they sent us a synopsis about what the movie was going to be, and and then Jenna decided to take it down the track that we went with that. But yeah, I don't know. It hasn't really like affected so much, but I mean, I really like the tone and the sound of that song. So I think, I think that might have. But yeah, I don't know.
Personally, I love that song and I love what it is. I love playing it live. I'm proud of it. But I think it's kind of like the last chapter of the book that everyone knows of Tonight Alive. Okay. I don't think that it was like a looking glass to the future. That to me is kind of like, yeah, we did the other side and then we did the Edge and then we did the next record, and that's a totally different thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
No, that's you. I'm happy with what you gave me.
Window here.
So as far as the sound of the record, the last record I felt was a little harder. So are we going a little harder than the other side? Are we going a little slower? Are we going to go into hip hop? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, this is hard, and it's been hard for us to kind of come to terms. But one of the things that we did do is honestly not care about genre and not care about what type of song we were writing. We just wanted to write something that would make us feel something and still make us feel something 2 years later.
Hence, which is why you just tour with any other act, right? Not specifically punk rock or not specifically.
Yeah. We don't belong anywhere. Yeah. I never felt like you could say we were exactly like this band or this would be a perfect tour package. I mean, there are a lot of bands that we fit in with, but it's always just a taste of this and a taste of that. I always felt like we had a bipolar sound, and our records have always got light and dark. And with the new record, if we could have decided what it was going to be, personally, I would have chosen it to go heavier. And there were things that I was trying to force to come out of the songs, but they had a mind of their own, and they just happened naturally. And they definitely have that free-spirited sound to them. I think that's something that people can expect. But as for genre and sound, yeah, it's what it wanted to be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's going to be something new that a lot of people might not have heard before, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. I mean, we didn't want to fit in with anything. We wanted it to be Tonight Alive, and that's it. So I think we're definitely close to achieving that once we finish the songs.
Now, how soon can we maybe expect a new song from Tonight Alive? Because it's been quite some time already.
It has been.
Was The Edge the last one?
The Edge was the last one, yeah.
And how long ago was that? That feels like a year.
About a year or so. Yeah. I think you guys were on Warped Tour when we talked about that one.
Huh.
Yeah.
Was it? And someone over here didn't want to come hang out with us during the interview.
What do you mean?
It was just you and Jake.
Where was that? Oh, I didn't even.
Me
I'm talking about you.
Oh yeah, it's me. I don't know.
She heard that I wanted an interview with all of you guys. She said, "Nah, I don't want to talk to her."
No way. That's not the event.
When was that?
This was Warped Tour. I think we were in Ventura.
Oh, was that the last time we saw you? That was
Yeah.
2013. I thought we saw you again from that, but I remember that interview. Yeah, of course. But oh man, wow, that's a long time ago. Is that when we released The Edge? No.
I want to say that was around the time, right?
I think like the beginning of last year. I
Or
remember.
so maybe
things by
there was
hairstyle.
Yeah, the other side was we released The Ocean,
the Ocean. No, that's what it was.
Yeah.
The Ocean.
and then within the record hadn't come out yet. Yeah, and then we did The Edge.
Probably.
Yeah,
This time
okay.
last year we were on tour with the Used and Taking Back Sunday, and I think the song had come out just before that, or was about to. Or right, that's when we.
So
did.
confused right now. I don't even know what's going on.
That was a year
This
ago.
is-
Our life by
This
one
is
year.
this is what happens when you just tour too much.
Well, as for new music, to bring your question back, yeah, I'm just going to take it on a tangent for a second. Something we've always done as a band, which hasn't always been a mistake but could potentially become a mistake, is to put touring first. And it's always been our first priority. And when we were in high school, we wanted to be a touring band. We weren't going to be sitting at home or in the studio. It was always about performing for us and connecting with people. And I think that that's something that probably needs to turn over a little bit on this next album cycle, and that's why we've decided not to book anything for the rest of the year and give as much space and breathing time for the record as possible.
Yeah.
So we're not rushing anything, and that feels so good, because even though we are breaking the recording process in two, like we did with the other side, we're not saying it has to be done by this point because we're going on tour and the single has to come out then. And exactly, it needs as much attention and energy as it can get from all of us and all of our teams. So that's why we can't even hint as to when it will come out. I mean, we have an idea, but I don't think fans will be happy to hear how long they'll be waiting. But I mean, it's for a good cause.
Well, if you do decide to say, I don't know, for example, July, my birthday falls on Tuesday. So
Are you an early July or a late July?
July 21st would be ideal.
Oh, you're a Cancer?
I am.
Cool.
So, I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
That's a good birthday present.
That'd be the perfect birthday present. I wouldn't want anything else.
I don't think it'll be that soon, but
Well, just in case, I'll still tap my heels. And
Just in case it comes out in 2 months. Actually, we
never
won't
know.
be. We'll actually probably be leaving the studio in July.
Okay.
That's when we're gonna be wrapping up. So maybe.
We'll see. We'll
Like
see what
your
happens.
birthday,
We'll
not
see what
mine,
happens.
right?
We'll see. Anyways, lastly, how's Maddie doing? I know he was injured recently. So what's going on with that? Is he on the tour right now or no?
Matt is on the tour. Do you want to talk about it? Actually, I don't know if I can articulate fully what the issue is. It's called tendinitis or tendinitis and tendinosis, but one is worse than the other, and one becomes a permanent issue.
Oh.
He's kind of he kind of just hit a nerve, kind of as a metaphor.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that plays drums every single day, and he practices, and his technique is really important to him, and he's kind of an athlete with his drumming.
Yeah.
And just before Soundwave, we were rehearsing for a couple of days, and he just was in agony, and it was just this sudden pain that came on, and he saw a specialist, and I don't know, do you want to take it from here?
yeah, it's just, I think it's the tendons in there, and there's nothing to, like, it's just really, really painful that he needs to get corrective surgery for. So we had to cancel 2 headline shows because he couldn't play for longer than half an hour that we've been playing for. So yeah, we just finished this, and then I think he's going to go home and get surgery to finish it off. But he just got like a steroid shot, which has helped him out a little bit, and he just has to ice it all the time. And there's not much else that he can do. Takes painkillers and then plays
That's a lot of
through.
motivation right there.
Yeah, well, definitely, yeah. He's definitely a trooper.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be like singing on I don't know, on nodules or something like that. He's really pushing through, so.
That's crazy. Well, let's hope that he recovers quickly, and give him as much rest as possible. And once again, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited that this finally happened.
Always a pleasure.
Next one should not last more than a few months.
Before we go, can we talk about our first interview with you?
Please
Was
do.
it at Chain
It
Reaction?
was at Chain Reaction.
Do you remember?
I do.
what was happening
2011.
At that time?
You guys were like fresh. That was
your first album?
you. Yeah, you. We were talking about Mark Trombino. We were talking about Mark Hoppus, and I think that was your debut show in the States.
Oh my gosh, with the Wonder Years.
Yes.
Far out. I actually was just talking about that last night because we played Anaheim, and the first time we ever played America was in Anaheim at Chain Reaction. It's great.
Yeah, you forgot you didn't say the venue. You were like, the first show ever was in Anaheim. And
That's it.
I didn't forget.
Oh, like Chain Reaction.
I didn't forget. People cheered. I figured they knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, that was an awesome that was an awesome show, by the way. But that day I had just heard about the interview maybe like a day or two before, and I jumped on it because I listened to the music that they did send me at the time. I forgot what it was.
That must have been our EP music. Like,
Probably.
That's crazy.
I was like, yes, let's do this. I
Wow.
like this. So I'm
Now
glad that it
what
happened.
We're talking about.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
4 years ago. 4 years ago.
That's so cool. Let's keep the future.
Yeah, we'll keep it going.
This album is like really weird for that. There's a lot of things that are happening now that have happened in 2011, but it's so different now. Like we came to LA to do like a bunch of writing, and we were just staying like in the same places that we stayed when we did the first record, and seeing the same like grocery store that we went to, and all that stuff. And this has happened so much on this album. I don't know why that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, we were in Austin. Is 6th Street? Yeah, Austin. We were in Austin the other day, and it was literally 4 years to the day that we had done our first tour in America, and we were in the city on that day 4 years ago. It was just super weird. We recreated a photo from that day, and it was just, life is different. It's great.
Well, let's keep this history going for the next 20, 30 years.
Keep writing the history.
Keep writing music, please.
Of course. That's not going to stop.
Well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. You guys be sure to check out Tonight Alive on tour right now with All Time Low. It's for the remainder of May, and a new album coming out hopefully sooner than later. And there you go, ideally on my birthday. And that's it for now, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to punkvideosrock.com. Check these guys out. If you don't have any of the records, go pick them up. And that's all. Thanks for watching.